Welcome back to patreon.com/the Derrick Lamon Experience. This is called The Last Word. These episodes air Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. To patrons, they get the first crack, and then everybody else in the free feeds, Apple, Podcast, Spotify, YouTube, iHeart, Amazon, etc., you will get them on Wednesday. So the conversation as of late seems to be a lot about the trial. The state of New York versus Sean Combs, aka Diddy, aka Puff Daddy, aka Love. Um, some of this testimony has been absolutely insane. Um, and then the more that this stuff started to come out, when Cassie, brought suit against Puff, I think it was either late 23 or early 24, everybody's like, well, what the fuck really happened there? Now, there have been rumors about Puff and his parties and stuff like that for quite some time. Now, some people will say Puff throws the best party anywhere that you ever been to, and then some be like, I think it's somebody I think it was Denzel said you have to leave 2 hours before the devil showed up. They were always really, really weird comments, like, "Yeah, you should probably leave around this time." I remember, like, my first, like, real job out of, college, I worked for Verizon Business. It was actually MCI before Verizon acquired them, but I was there when the transition took place, and somebody had the book, Video Vixen, the Corinne Steffens book. And I remember reading it, and there's like a portion where she talked about how like Puff was into some wild shit. And she talked about her time with Vin Diesel, having a baby with Cool G Rap, Usher, and the way he was towards her, which wasn't very good. And there was a guy named Papa who she protected, and then she finally revealed in the second book that it was Method Man, and which didn't sit well with his wife. Irv Gotti, may he rest in peace, and Ja Rule, she definitely outed them, and their wives were not too happy. Uh, Aisha Atkins, and Debbie Lorenzo, Irv's late estranged wife or divorced. I don't know. She talked about how Ja was high on ecstasy and he was like kind of downtrodden, and he told her that she was like, "What are you so worried about?" He was like, "There's this new cat coming and he's trying to ruin my career." And that ended up being 50 Cent. But anyway, long story short, there was some stuff in there about Puff. So we've always heard about Diddy parties being like really, really wild. So the testimony starts to come out, and I'm just like, all these people knew this stuff for years and they protected this man, right? There's even a story that I think Puff tried to get, it was either Omar Epps' role or Tupac's role, may he rest in peace, in Juice. Like, and he was like really, really, aggressive about it. Whole time people thinking that it was Suge who was really starting stuff, and some people are saying it was Puff. So I think it's Capricorn Clark, his assistant, she testified, and just, oh my God, like some of the stuff, the Cuddy testimony was very interesting as well. Like, I was talking to friends and I was like, just imagine you get a call from your dog sitter that this man went in your house, locked your dog up. Like, I was trying to imagine Puff sitting in Cuddy's living room or wherever the fuck he was, and just opening gifts that Cuddy had bought for his family that were under the tree. And this is really fucking crazy. So this comes from complex.com. Prince's security allegedly once stopped Diddy from attacking Cassie at a party. An ex-assistant of Bad Boy Mogul claimed the assault went down after she and Cassie attended a Prince party without Diddy's permission. This is insane. Prince's security guards allegedly once stopped Sean Diddy Combs from attacking Cassie Ventura at an exclusive party, according to the disgraced mogul's former assistant. The witness, who used the pseudonym Mia, detailed the alleged incident during her testimony on Thursday, May 29th, in Diddy's federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Mia claimed that the assault went down in 2012 after Diddy instructed her to stay with Cassie at a hotel as he planned to go home to see his kids. According to NBC News, the woman received word about an exclusive party Prince was hosting at his home, began debating whether or not to attend. Mia said she and Diddy's then girlfriend, chose to hit up the event without Diddy's permission. This is interesting. I didn't know that Prince was still partying that time, because they said that Prince had become extremely, I wouldn't say it religious, but um well, I don't know. I read an article after he died. Might have been one of the last articles that he granted somebody permission to granted somebody permission to have, and the guy may have dropped something or something like that. Like, Prince told him one of the rules when he came in was, "We don't curse in here." And it's like, this is the guy that made Pussy Control, so that kind of blew my mind. I was like, wow, but Prince is also older at that point. He had to be like anywhere from like early 20s when he made probably like 18 or 18, 19, 20, 21 when he made Pussy Control, right? So anyway, needless to say, the guy dropped something or something like that. He screamed out "fuck," and Prince was like, "Well, there goes that rule." So, just funny because, like, if you ever seen Prince or heard him talk, or just like, he's so funny because he has this like dry had rest in peace to the purple one. He had this like dry deadpan humor where it's like he wasn't being humorous intentionally, but it was. And people always say Prince was the shade master, like he roll his eyes and cut you, to pieces. I remember him when he went up to award the Grammy, he was like, albums still matter just like Black Lives. And it was like, yeah, it takes Prince Rogers fucking Nelson to say that. So y'all get it. Anyway, Mia recalled dancing on a pixie glass platform placed over the pool as the late Prince performed on a small table. This is also apparently very common at Prince parties. He would get up and start performing. Kevin Garnett said he literally was on stage playing at Paisley Park and then played basketball. This has happened. Again, Mia recalled dancing on a plexiglass platform placed over the pool as the late Prince performed on a small table. However, their fun allegedly came to a halt when they noticed Diddy had shown up to the party. Wow. Quote, I saw his bucket hat coming through the entrance, Mia testified per NBC News. We locked eyes and crap. Cass and I started running through the house to get out across the yard trying to run and hide there. Diddy caught Cass. He caught up to her. He caught up to her and had threw her to the ground and started to attack her in front of all these people. This is insane. Prince and Cassie and Diddy were not the only three celebrities in this party. There's no way I believe that. So, which means that a lot of people saw this stuff happen. Like, they saw this. Mia claimed Prince's security guards quickly intervened. She told the court she went to another hotel after the party and was suspended without pay. Human Resources allegedly told Mia she was in, quote, big trouble for being insubordinate. Diddy's ex-assistant described her former boss as, quote, unpredictable and terrifying. She claimed she witnessed Diddy attack Cassie on multiple occasions, including a 2012 incident at Cassie's Los Angeles apartment. Mia told the court she tried to stop the assault, but Diddy threw her against the wall. I guess this is Capricorn Clark, or maybe there's another one. Quote, it was so fast, but I felt like I was in slow motion, she recalled. I saw him grab Cass, and I couldn't get there fast enough. The bed platform was the sharpest I'd ever seen, and he threw her, and she hit her head on the corner of the bed. Jesus Christ. According to Sky News, Mia also accused Diddy of throwing objects at her head, throwing her in a pool, and sexually assaulting her more than once. Quote, the highs were really high and the lows were really low, she said about working for Diddy. His mood determined the environment. Sometimes he treated me like his best friend, his working partner. Sometimes like I was a worthless piece of crap. He would humiliate me, curse at me, go on a rant about how incompetent and stupid I was. Jesus Christ. This is sad on so many levels. This is sad on so many levels. There were a lot of people that were complicit in this. There's no way that I'm going to sit here and believe that Diddy, Cassie, and Prince were the only three celebrities at this party while Prince was playing Purple Rain or whatever the fuck he was playing, or Doves Cry. I love when Doves Cry. But there were other celebrities there, which means people saw this. And there were other times when people saw this man attack this woman. Number one, I want to send congratulations to Cassie and her husband. They actually just welcomed their third child. It's insane that she was up there at 8 months pregnant, giving testimony about this man who just attacked, assaulted her, and all these things. It's crazy that Cudi went through that. Cudi has been very vocal about his struggles with his, struggles with mental health and things like that, alcoholism, sobriety, all that stuff. To know that he was going through all that and Puff was also doing shit like this, like, everybody's like, well, his car didn't really get blown up. Okay, fine. Somebody threw a fucking Molotov cocktail through it. And there's like, okay, so he opened his Christmas gifts. Big deal. He got in that man's house, which is basically showing you, hey, I can get in here and I can do whatever I want to you whenever the fuck I want. And keep in mind that Cudi had some frame of reference based on what Cassie had told him about Puff. This is absolutely insane. This is absolutely disgusting. They say that Don Richard's testimony probably hurt more than helped. So I wonder how that's going to play out. Again, the charges are racketeering and sex trafficking. Everybody keeps waiting for the big smoking gun. Some people thought Aubrey O'Day was going to testify. Apparently she wasn't subpoenaed. Farnsworth Bentley apparently stole from Puff, so he wouldn't have made a good witness. But I think they have enough here. The male escort enough is enough, right? Because he was paid. He was paid. That is, if nothing, that's prostitution. Um, but at the rate we're going, even if Puff is found guilty, we just found out that Donald Trump is handing out pardons again. And I know that these two, because I've seen the pictures, these two have partied together. So I would not be surprised if he gets some kind of presidential pardon. But they are state charges, so that's different. A federal pardon, would be one thing, but these charges are coming from the state of New York. So the ramifications would be different, I would assume. This is just insane. It's disgusting. There's monsters out there everywhere. It just so happens that this particular monster has a ton of fucking money. But this is really, really sad. This is sad. And had none of this gone on, Puff would have gone down as like the auteur of the culture. As somebody who's very much of the culture of hip hop, Puff is a titan, was a titan in our culture. He was an icon. Everybody said, ain't no party like a Diddy party. Ain't nothing like an all-white Puff party in the Hamptons in the summer. Sean John, everybody was wearing it. Bad Boy hasn't had like a super duper like Big carried Bad Boy on his shoulders, and then Big died, and then Mace carried it, and then Mace decided he didn't want to rap anymore. Shine, very brief, went to jail. The Locks left after one album. So Puff has been able to keep Bad Boy relevant without a flagship artist for some time. That's how important he was to the culture. But sometimes you have to throw like even the greatest pieces. Afrika Bambaataa, a godfather of hip hop. But if the allegations against him are true, he's just somebody that we can't put on the hip hop Mount Rushmore. It's just not fucking possible. Anyway, I just want to talk a little bit about this. I didn't want to go into a deep dive. I'm not a legal expert or anything like that. I just thought that at some point I was going to have to talk about this, and I just figured, why not now? I'm going to go ahead and end this like I end everything else. Believe in yourself first and foremost, because if you don't believe in yourself, of course, nobody else will believe in you. As always, my name is Derrick Lamon Jackson. That's my time. Y'all have a good one. Peace out.